What is going on, traders? In this video, we are going to go over Bitcoin, MSTR, and should you start investing into crypto. Before we start, like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let's get into the video. So right now we are looking at Bitcoin's weekly time frame, and as you guys can see, we have a nice cup and handle. You have your cup here, and then you have a handle here, and you have broken above that handle. Not only have you broken above that handle, but if we're talking about the measured move, or at least the short-term projected move of this cup and handle, you are looking at a move towards 112k. Highs you can be looking at is between 120k, 125k. Now, if we're talking about the actual measured move for this cup and handle, which I don't think is going to happen in the short term, you're looking at a move towards about 150k. Again, I don't think that's going to happen in the short term. I think 112k, between 112k, 120k is more reasonable. Now, if we go down to the daily time frame here, you guys see that we have a falling wedge pattern. I've shown Discord members this, I believe, earlier this week. I think it was like Friday or something, but regardless, I showed this falling wedge pattern. And if you're talking about the measured move for this falling wedge pattern, all you do is measure the open and close, and then you bring that measurement to the original breaking point, and you're looking at a move or a projected move towards 112k, between 112k, 115k. So this is how I am getting my targets when it comes to Bitcoin. Now, your key levels here, all right, this is the part where you need to lock in. Your key levels here when it comes to Bitcoin is 95k. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to see this. You see that Bitcoin is having a hard time breaking above this level. You see that there's very strong resistance right here where these guys are. If Bitcoin manages to get above 95k, then you are looking at a move towards 99k, 100k, your psych level. Now, this is the part where you need to lock in. This is the part where you need to pay attention if you are bullish on crypto, or if you're looking to be bullish on crypto. Your level, your key level of all levels, the final boss, the king of levels here is 102k. If Bitcoin manages to get above 102k, pack your bags. You're going to the moon. All right. Grab you some ranch Doritos, some Cool Ranch Doritos. Get you some Capri Suns. All right. The kids are not going to need them anymore. Okay. Because you're going to leave them behind on Earth. You're going to the moon. Okay. Leave your spouse. Take the dog. Leave the cat. Okay. Please leave the cat. Okay. Take the dog with you. It's about to get real if Bitcoin gets above 102k. Now, if Bitcoin gets above 102k, then you open up the floodgates towards 105k. Highest, you're looking at least at minimum, you're looking at 110k right here where these guys are. Okay, so let's zoom out. You see a rejection here. You see a rejection here. All right, so that's what you're looking at when it comes to Bitcoin. Highest you can go. When it comes to Bitcoin, again, if you're talking about the weekly time frame, okay, you're looking at a move towards 120k, 125k. Again, respect the levels, guys. Do not jump the gun. Do not make assumptions. Okay, respect the levels. 95k, your key level. If you're paying attention to Bitcoin now, you are witnessing Bitcoin having a hard time getting above 95k. It is a Saturday, so I wouldn't expect major levels to get broken right away. But tomorrow, maybe early next week, really pay attention to Bitcoin and see how it reacts. It's also important to note that our Discord bot alerted to us that institutions are in MSTR calls. Let's actually look it up on Quant Data. Let me see if I can find it on Quant Data. So just bear with me here. All right, but MSTR calls, 400 calls. I believe the expiration was this week. Okay, this upcoming week. So May 2nd, I believe, is the next Friday that's coming up. So MSTR, let's look at May 2nd here. And then we're going to type the strike of 400. And let's see if institutions are in these. Yeah, there's a lot. Okay, so I'm not going to click on every single one of these, but as you guys can see, there's a lot of orders coming in for the 400 strike. These were loaded up at around 360, so you guys seeing that MSTR has been pumping since 360, so it's very much possible that MSTR continues that move. Now, speaking of MSTR, all right, if we are, well, let's hold on, wait, I'm kind of jumping the gun here. Let me slow down. All right, so when it comes to Bitcoin, if we continue to reject 95k, all right, you're heading back towards 90k. All right, you're heading back towards 90k, so you can easily head back towards 90k. Maybe institutions, whales, whoever, you know, investors, they gather up liquidity down here in order for us to head back towards the upside and break above 95k. So that's pretty much my thoughts when it comes to downside, when it comes to Bitcoin, right? If you manage to get below 90k for whatever reason, then you're heading towards at least 88k, 85k. All right, I don't think that's going to be the case, at least for now. I think Bitcoin at minimum can retest 90k, and then from there, if it manages to get above 95k, you guys got your levels from there. Now let's actually go over MSTR this time, all right, because I kind of went way ahead of myself. All right, so MSTR, let's go to the daily time frame here. So MSTR, you are looking at a triple bottom. All right, now you can argue that this is not a triple bottom, but more than anything, this is definitely a double bottom. All right, so you have your bottom here, bottom here, bottom here. That's your triple bottom, and then your neckline was all the way at around 343. Okay, 343. We could say 350, our psych level. Now, MSTR, when it comes to upside, you want to see MSTR get above 375. If MSTR manages to get above 375, the floodgates are completely open all the way to 400. Highs you could be looking at is 410. All right, that's pretty much all I really got for MSTR. It looks good, okay? It really looks good. I mean, worst case scenario, because there is a gap back towards the downside, and we have not gotten above that 375 level. Where is the gap actually? I believe it's on a smaller time frame here. Regardless, there's definitely a gap here. Okay, there's definitely a gap here. It's not this one. It was definitely one in here. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe I'm just saying things. But regardless, worst case scenario, MSTR simply retest 360 right here. 360, between 360, 357, somewhere around that range, and then heads back towards the upside. Lowest you could potentially look at if Bitcoin goes back towards 90K is a retest about 343, 350 range. All right. Again, if MSTR manages to get above 375, simultaneously if Bitcoin manages to get above 95K, so you kind of want obviously want these things to work together in order for you to jump into this play or those 400 calls. If you're interested, you want to see MSTR get above 375 and Bitcoin be above 95K simultaneously, and then from there I think it's going to be a smooth ride all the way to about 400, 410. All right, nice clean double bottom, triple bottom. If you want to argue that is not a triple bottom, that's fine, but regardless, you definitely have your bottoms down here. Your neckline was a clean break. You broke and retest that neckline. It looks like you're heading to the moon, folks. All right, next is the total market cap for the crypto market. All right, so let's go to the weekly time frame here. All right, so this is the part where people are going to ask, well, should we start investing into crypto? I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I stopped investing into crypto a long time ago. One, I just don't like the brokers. I don't like my money not being safe, and crypto gets hacked so many times that me personally, I just don't. I think there's better opportunities out there. I think it's better things to invest in. All right, don't let me discourage you from that. This is just me. So, you know, don't take my word for it when it comes to investing into crypto, because I'm not investing into crypto right now. I just, crypto, these brokers, Coinbase, all that, Binance, they get hacked so much, it's just not worth it to me. Okay. But if you are looking to invest in the crypto, we're looking at the total market cap here. If you want to wait, I understand, but right now you're at the bottom of this rising wedge, and if the market cap manages to get above about 3 trillion when it comes to just the total market cap of crypto, you open up some crazy floodgates. All right, you open up massive floodgates. The crypto market cap can just skyrocket. Okay, right here you have so much space and opportunity towards the upside here. It's not even funny. Okay, so you can jump the gun if you want. Again, do what you want. This is not investment advice. I'm just saying, do what you want. If you want to jump the gun and start investing into crypto now, by all means. But me personally, if you are looking at the total crypto market cap, right, you will want to, I would definitely wait until you see a move above 3 trillion in market cap, and then from there I think crypto is going to absolutely skyrocket. There's nothing but space and opportunity. Forget the moon. At this point you are heading into another galaxy if you manage to start breaking out of here. Okay, and you're talking about a market cap of 10 trillion at that point. All right, so you guys see it here. You have a nice rising wedge pattern here. Yes, this is a bearish pattern, but that doesn't mean you have to break down right away. Right now the market cap is at resistance. Okay, if this resistance holds for whatever reason, yes, you can absolutely tumble towards the downside. But if you manage to break out of here towards the upside, you you open up some crazy floodgates. Okay, some crazy floodgates. So I would just recommend being patient and seeing what happens. Now once you get up here, I do imagine that is when Bitcoin is just going to absolutely, or the overall crypto market is absolutely going to crash and burn. But things are looking good. Okay, things are looking good, especially if you manage to get above those levels. So in conclusion, guys, Bitcoin, you want to see Bitcoin get above 95K. If you want to play it safe, I would just recommend Bitcoin getting into 100K. Next, you want to see MSTR get above 375. If it gets above 375, then you open up the floodgates towards 400. Highest I'm looking at least for the short term, is about 410. Total market cap, me personally, I would just wait for you have resistance here, right? You have a rejection here, and you see that we're having somewhat of a hard time breaking above here. But me personally, I will wait for a break above 3 trillion. And the reason why I'm saying 3 trillion is because you will be within the range. Where is it? Where is it? You will be within the range of these guys right here, and you will have a better chance of these guys holding the market cap for the overall crypto market up, right? If you get within the range of these guys here, that way you're just dealing with turbulence at this point, right? And it'll be very hard to break back towards the downside, and you will have a better chance of breaking towards the upside. Once the overall crypto market cap gets above 4 trillion, you are heading towards some insane levels when it comes to the crypto market. All right, so you do what you want with this information, whether you want to invest into crypto, whatever you want to do. Again, do what you want. Again, don't take my word for it, guys. Do your own DD as usual. I am not investing into crypto, so maybe I'm not the best person to listen to when it comes to these things, but I do think the overall crypto market, at least for now, is looking okay. Okay, it's not looking great just yet until we get above those key levels, but things are looking okay. And so I'm sure someone's going to ask me, well, what does this mean for the stock market? Because Bitcoin is a leading indicator, right? And I explained this in the last video, even though a lot of people just focused on the bearish part of that video. It seems like no one really focused on the bullish parts of that video, which was literally at the beginning of that video. But I gave you guys key levels when it came to the overall market towards the upside, and I even said when I think the next drop is coming. Okay, I said I said it was around like either the end of this upcoming week or May, but regardless, I said that. All right, but it's easy to focus on the bearish part of things and the bearish part of that video because, well, the thumbnail is bearish, right? So a lot of people just look at thumbnails and don't actually listen to anything a YouTuber says, right? But regardless, I gave levels in that video. I will put out another video tomorrow pretty much reiterating those levels towards the upside and when I think the market is going to absolutely crash and burn. And then from there, I will start talking about, well, from there, I will also talk about when the market is going to really rally towards the upside, which I've said over and over, the summertime will most likely be when the market truly rallies towards the upside. And I mean some all-time high crazy levels, okay? But ultimately, guys, be on the lookout for that video. In conclusion, I think Bitcoin is looking great right now. Respect the levels. Don't jump the gun. But if you want to jump the gun, just understand the risk you are taking. Until the next video, traders, have a good one.